Tonight, we're not just looking at a conflict, we're witnessing a city, a major metropolitan center, being pushed into the most dangerous phase of a long and brutal war.
Just try to picture that for a second. The sky, a place you'd normally see stars, is now just a chaotic light show of explosions and sirens. And this isn't some distant battlefield. This is the heart of a city, a place full of homes and people, and it's suddenly a war zone. So, what does it actually feel like to be on the ground right in the middle of all that? What's the real human cost of those flashing lights and booming impacts? Let's, try to understand that fear. For the families there, that wailing siren is this punctuation mark in a life of constant dread. It means a desperate scramble to safety, a parent trying to whisper reassurances to a terrified child while the very foundations of their home are shaking. This is their new normal, a terrifying symphony of interceptions and impacts.
But here's the thing, this didn't happen overnight. This wasn't just some random act of violence. To really get what's happening now, we have to look at what came before, at a conflict that's been simmering in the shadows for years.
For years, this has been what people call a shadow war. A conflict fought with assassinations, cyber attacks, covert operations. But what we're seeing now, this is a terrifying escalation. It's a shift from the shadows right out into the harsh light of open confrontation. This is a deliberate, sustained assault designed to find the breaking point of one of the world's most advanced air defense systems.
And that brings us to the chilling military strategy that's at play here. How do you even try to break through a shield that formidable? Well, the answer lies in a strategy of just overwhelming force.
The strategy is simple, and honestly, it's brutal. Saturation. You send a coordinated swarm of ballistic missiles and drones, and each one has a different trajectory, a different speed, a different payload. The goal is just to create chaos, to confuse and overwhelm the defense systems, to throw so many threats at them that some are going to slip through. And as we've seen, they do.
But there's a specific piece of technology that makes this strategy even more devastating. We're hearing reports of cluster-style warheads, and that reveals a terrifying new layer of complexity for anyone trying to defend against this. So, instead of tracking just one incoming missile, the defense system is suddenly faced with a whole shower of deadly projectiles. The main missile is basically a Trojan horse, unleashing a payload of smaller submunitions over a huge area. The threat just multiplies in an instant.
This completely changes the game. It's no longer about intercepting a single point on a map. It's a race against time across this wide, unpredictable kill zone. For the air defense operators, it's a tactical nightmare. For the civilians on the ground, well, it's like a game of Russian roulette.
But, beyond all the cold calculations of military strategy, there's a profound and lasting human cost. And that's the psychological toll of living under constant fire.
The physical scars on this city are easy to see. Shattered buildings, twisted metal, the lingering smell of smoke. But the invisible wounds, they run so much deeper. The constant fear, the sleepless nights, that gnawing uncertainty, this is like psychological shrapnel that stays with you long after the explosions have faded.
And even in a city that has known conflict for generations, there's this feeling that this is different. You hear residents talking about how the nights are just longer, louder, more intense. It's a relentless barrage that really tests the limits of human endurance.
And you have to remember, the impact of these attacks goes way beyond the immediate blast radius. Tel Aviv is the economic heart of Israel. It's a hub of finance, technology, and innovation. So every siren, every closed road, every damaged building, it sends shockwaves through the entire nation's economy.
But the danger doesn't end when the sirens finally fall silent. In that eerie quiet that comes after, a new and kind of insidious threat emerges. For every single person emerging from a shelter, that question is just hanging heavy in the air. Is it over? Is it safe now? The tragic answer, though, is no. The city has now become a minefield of hidden dangers. The use of these cluster munitions means the aftermath is an incredibly treacherous landscape. You have unexploded bomblets, some no bigger than a soda can, that could be anywhere, in parks where kids play, on rooftops, in the rubble of a collapsed building. Every step you take is a potential risk. And because of these hidden dangers, the aftermath is this complex and dangerous ballet of different specialists. You've got firefighters and medics working right alongside bomb disposal experts and structural engineers. Each one is playing a vital role in this slow, painstaking process of making the city safe again. It's really a testament to human courage in the face of just unimaginable risk.
So what does all of this mean?
What are the long-term consequences of this new, brutal phase of the conflict? To get that, we have to look at the bigger picture. The rules of engagement have been completely rewritten. The shadow war is over. What we are all witnessing is a new, open, and terrifyingly unpredictable confrontation, with an entire city on the front lines. And the implications for the whole region are, frankly, profound and deeply unsettling.
And yet, in the middle of all this chaos and destruction, another story is unfolding. It's a story of resilience, of community, of just humanity. You see neighbors checking on the elderly, strangers opening their homes to displaced families, volunteers risking their own lives to deliver food and water. This is the city's defiant response to the terror.
And so we're left with a final and pretty chilling question. In this new reality where the front line isn't some distant trench but the street right outside your home, what happens next? What happens when the next wave comes? And will there be anyone left to answer?